All right, so making 10K a month online. So I'm going to completely cut away the fat as much as I can, but there are a lot of understandings that I want you guys to have as you go down this journey. And the first place I'm always going to start is understanding like mindset, okay? You have to have a really, really big mindset shift. And so these longer form videos with like video game stuff going on in the background is for longer form content, so that I can just really talk at length about certain things, because there are definitely gurus out there that are trying to sell you courses. And I'm not saying that I will never sell a course, but I want you again to shift your mindset. See, a lot of people have a specific mindset when it comes to making money and making money online. Courses save you time. Now, if you have no money, then you should definitely just go on YouTube and find the answer to whatever it is that you're looking for as it comes. So I'm going to use a couple of niches, a couple of topics that I'll go through. So one will be like fitness and weight loss, and another one will be like business and marketing. I'll use those as my examples. So when you're trying to make money online, everyone sort of starts in the same place. We all have the ability to get a 9-to-5 job. Okay. And that's where everyone starts. And that's usually where everyone wants to get out of. Everyone wants to have their own like time back, their freedom back. And that's what my drive was. I know that some of you guys are going to have different motivations, but, and this may sound whiny to you. It's okay. I don't give a shit. But at the end of the day, when I was going to my 9-to-5 jobs, and I will definitely say that I was a bad employee, 100%. Now, I would do my work, like I wasn't lazy or anything like that. But when I found holes in the corporate structure that made absolutely no sense, I would challenge it, and I would be that employee that was like, why are we doing things like this? Right? And everyone else was like, Kyle, who cares? Just like ignore it or whatever. Just show up, you know? And I'll give you an example. I used to work at a phone place. I won't say which one it was, but at that phone place, we were told to sell credit cards. And to me, that just made absolutely no sense, because I was like, I am good at selling phones. That's actually what I was good at. So Apple phones, Samsung phones. And just to give you an idea of what phones were out back then, when I left that place, I think the Samsung S7 was out and the iPhone 10 was out. So it's been a while since I quit my my quote unquote corporate job. And then I had another job just before that. That was a very like, it was like, you know, I was working like 60 hours a week. Doing kind of like construction sort of work. And I knew as soon as I left that construction sort of work, and then I knew that when I went and got the cell phone job, that I was going to go straight into making money online or trying to start a business, because I just couldn't stand it anymore. I couldn't stand the hours. I couldn't stand managers and all the corporate structure and people trying to like grind it out. I thought it was so dumb, and I still think it's dumb. But I'm not going to sit here and poo on people who are in that. For me, it was dumb. For other people, clearly they just want to pay their bills and just provide for their families and their loved ones and so on. And I'm not trying to sit here and be mean to anybody. But if you have that pull or that want to get out of that, I'm telling you, there's a way out. But what I also want to tell you is that there are a lot of fake gurus who will tell you that you could do it in 3 months or 6 months. And I truly don't think it's possible to do it that quickly, which is something that nobody wants to hear. But the paradigm shift you have to have in order to start making money that quickly is way too vast for most people. They can't switch over to that mindset fast enough, in my opinion. But if you can, I mean, you can work like a dog and absolutely do it. And I'll give you a couple of examples with the niches. So the very first niche I'll go into, and the idea that I want you to understand, and this is what I did, was like business marketing. Like, so I have an SEO company, like a search engine optimization. Like it's kind of like a company, but it's just me. Like, cause when people say company, they think of like a lot of people. It's just me and like a small team. Okay. But it's a search engine optimization business, which is like Google. When you search things into Google, there's a way to make it so that your website will pop up above other people's websites and other people's businesses. So if you search, like, for example, let's say you live in like let's say you live in New York City and you're looking up a dentist and you type in dentist New York City, or what most people will say if they don't have a dentist that they regularly go to, they'll say dentist near me, right? So what my job is, I still own it, I still do it, is to place my clients' businesses above others, which takes a specific amount of work, which takes time. It takes usually between 6 to 8 months to really get like results. So I literally have to sell them on the results beforehand, right? And the best way to show them that I can do it is if I have previous work, which is going to be, again, another thing that's going to suck for most of you if you get into something like this, because a lot of the times, and again, no one wants to hear this, working for free so that you can get results and testimonials is a game changer. Everyone wants to make 2K, 3K a month next month, right? What you're actually doing is you're developing skills. And that is the number one thing I need you guys to understand. You have certain skills at your particular job, your 9-to-5 job right now. If you work at McDonald's, you have some skills. If you're a cashier, you know how to operate a till. You know how to count, right? But the reason why no one gives a shit about those jobs is because it's so easy to replace you. Like, most people can do basic math if they went to school, okay? So the more high value your skill is, the more likely you're going to get a higher like monthly retainer, for example. So at my company, I charge minimum $2,000 a month because I can provide results and a lot of value at that particular amount per month. So, and then there's other ways that you can min-max it, but like, again, I don't actually go and create the websites anymore. I have a teammate that actually is better than me at it, faster than me at it. And that's kind of the idea that I want you guys to have going into it, is being a business owner. Okay. But you're going to be playing all the roles at first, which is why you need to be working for free at first, in my opinion. So while you're doing your 9-to-5 job and you know you want out, you can pick a particular skill. Again, so I'll use business marketing, and I'll use another example to show you what you can do in order to speed things up and really move quickly. So the very first thing you want to do, let's say you want to do like SEO marketing like me, for example, because I literally have experience in this. You pick a specific person that you want to serve. So let's say you want to serve dentists, okay? You want to go up to a dentist that is probably not really ranking on Google. By the way, major hack right there. I don't know why I never thought about that, but it's like a year or two into my SEO business, because I was targeting all these people on page 1 of Google, but they're already on page 1. So they're obviously getting some leads. They're getting some calls. I was targeting them, and then I was like, why am I so I went to page 3 and 4 of Google of people that I was targeting, and I was like, oh, these are the people I want to talk to, because their sites are ass. Okay. Their sites were like those sites that look like they're from 1997. It's got like static. It looks like static on the left and the right. It was bad. So I started targeting them. And when you target a specific niche, you get to know what that niche wants. So if we're talking about dentists, you can say, okay, let's target implants. So you can actually run advertising and do content with that particular dentist and say, okay, we're going to target implants because it's such a high ROI, return on investment, right? For them, because implants can literally run thousands of dollars. And if you're making that business, like if you get them one client that pays for, let's say they get like 4 implants, right? That could easily cover your retainer, and that's just one client. So if you can close a few clients for them, you're easily like their number one person. So anyway, you want to go deep into one particular niche and even one particular service. So again, dentists and implants, you can probably target like Invisalign or something like that. That's a good one. Okay. And there's obviously other niches out there, but I want you guys to target high income, high ROI niches. Like you can even go after surgeons. You can go after anything that's high ticket. Okay. That customers. Okay. Here's another one, is like home improvement. Okay. So let's say roofing, for example, is a big one. Roofing. Somebody replaces a roof, they usually get like, they might even get financing for it, or they might get like or if they do their whole, if they redo their fence in their backyard, or they just like, it might all be rotten, might be old, or it's a new build for their house, whatever. That costs a lot of money. It might be expensive, right? So they might get a loan to do it. So those high ticket things are extremely important. Now and that's why there's not like one way to do this. There's so many different ways that you can do this. And that's the hard part, actually. Okay. That's actually the hardest part about this is it's not, it takes extreme focus in order for you to get there. You literally have to be focused and staying in that energy of the unknown and being comfortable not knowing if it's going to work out, which is funny because when you focus on something hard enough, usually it'll come true. I find that to be true about our world or whatever. And I'm not trying to get too philosophical or spiritual on you, but in my opinion, if you want something bad enough, you'll get it. You just have to want it bad enough. You'll find a way. There will be obstacles. There will be redirections. There will be curves in the road, so to speak, but you'll get there. It's because most people don't really know what they want. They think they do, and they go to school and they kind of pick something that slightly interests them. But when they start working at that particular thing that they went to school for, they'll all tell you, oh, like it's got its ups and its downs, right? So I went to school for IT, and most of my friends that are in IT don't actually really like their jobs in IT because they're like, oh, like the actual work I do kind of sucks, or it's just different or unexpected. So when it comes to the business marketing side, that's like one particular way you can do it. And you can I'll go far more into detail about this with more videos with examples. Okay. There won't be like video game gameplay in the background. I'll actually show like real examples of real like ways to tackle some of this. But I just want this kind of like introductory video because I'll have a series for this that really goes deep into how it all works. So another niche example will be like fitness or weight loss. Let's just use weight loss because I think there's more people in the world that really want to actually just lose weight than get jacked, let's say, to build muscle. Some people just want to lose like 20 to 30 pounds or something. So if you want to help people with that, right, you are going to want to build a brand around it. So here's a little tip for you, another hack. Go and find people, because everyone wants to be this unique snowflake and they want to be like, oh, like I'm special. Okay, guys, there are people ahead of you already doing what you need to do. Your personality that comes through in your advertising and your videos and your connection to your clients is the difference. The way you are and the way you talk to them is going to be the difference. You and I could make the exact same video about the exact same topic, but the way it's delivered is going to be the difference. So don't be afraid to don't have it. Like I had imposter syndrome a lot when I was doing this. And what I will tell you is no one cares. The only thing that your clients care about is, can you get them results? If you can get them results, if you can get them the results that they really want, if you can help a business make another $400,000 a year, they're going to love you. Okay. If you can have somebody lose 30 pounds in 90 days, because you get them on like a really strict fasting routine, then they're able to show up at that wedding looking fly. You know what I mean? They look really good. They're in the dress or suit that they really want to be in, and they have that version of themselves that they finally attained. So what you're really selling is transformation. Always remember that. Key tip, you're always selling transformation. Always. And the money that they give you is to get them to that transformation either faster or more painless. Okay. And that's what humans respond to. So a lot of this is just really understanding what humans want. Okay. Every business, every person that starts a business wants to be a multi-million-dollar business. Like some of them don't, I guess, because as they climb and get 500K a year, something like that, they might feel pretty good at that number, but they envision themselves at first being like a big business. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make a ton of money. Like, that's what they all say to themselves. And if they say, no, that's not me, they're lying to you. Okay. Everyone wants to make money. Why are you doing this? Right. So going from that and understanding selling transformation goes into the next step, which is like, okay, so where do I start? Okay. So what I would do is go through a list of things that truly like kind of interest you, okay, the first thing that's going to interest you is money. Okay, always. I don't actually enjoy SEO or search engine optimization or any of that. I like business itself. I like helping people get their results. But the actual act of get SEO and all that sucks, and that's not really my thing. Because I do have two businesses. I have one that's a consulting business, which is more my speed, more my thing, right? I like consulting with people. I like talking to people. I'm better at that. And then my SEO business is that's why I automated it so quickly, because I actually don't enjoy the process of doing, like, recreating websites or creating websites from scratch isn't fun. I don't like actually going back and forth and talking to the business owner and trying to explain to them why I have this over, because here's a little thing that happens. You start to realize that business owners have no idea what they're talking about most of the time, especially when it comes to technology. Okay, so I'll talk to a business owner and I'll say, yo, I'm going to make your site look like this, right? And they're like, well, what if we put this color purple over here? And da-da-da. So that's another tip, another hack from somebody who has actually gone through and done this. When you're pitching your services, maybe at first you can have that back and forth banter, but eventually down the road, you're going to be like, look, I'm going to create the site that looks like this, and that's what I'm going to deliver to you, because this is what's going to get you results. At the end of the day, what you want is you want phone calls coming in from your business, right? And they'll say, right. And business owners sometimes just want that creative control. And it just gets annoying, okay? So another way to practice this is freelancing. So freelancing you can still work your 9 to 5, and you can get on like Upwork, Fiverr, or whatever, and you can make. Another one is actually Facebook groups. So you can join Facebook groups and you can just say, I'll do a website for free. I want you documenting everything that you do. If you're picking SEO, cool. If you're picking fitness or weight loss, awesome. Whatever your niche is, I want you documenting results and putting them on social media and just basically pointing new clients to that portfolio. So the first year, this is another reason why I say it takes longer than the whole 6 months to get those results that these other fake ass gurus on YouTube tell you, because results will literally push that client over the edge of saying yes to you and no to somebody else, because they want to know that it's worked for somebody else. They don't want to be the first one to the rodeo, right? They don't want to go through the pain of failure. They want the results, right? So if they know that it worked well for other people. So again, if you have a dentist business, a dental marketing agency, you're going to want to put testimonials from other dentists. You literally want to go into their office. So you can start in your city, right? There's tons of dentists popping up in your city every year. Literally go to their office and be like, I will do your marketing for free. They're going to be like, what? And the cool thing about that, by the way, is sometimes they'll actually start paying you because you're giving them such value for nothing, which is against what most people actually think. People think that they're just going to be taken advantage of if they do that long enough. But the funny thing is they'll say, you know what? You've been doing this for like 6 months for free. Let me pay you something. That actually happens quite often. So, but you want to get those testimonials and results. So you want to build your own website. So again, this takes several months to like learn how to do. This takes several months to actually get results. But here's the cool thing, because I know I'm throwing a lot of negative at you, but this is reality, right? When you get to the end goal, remember, you can charge a lot of money. Okay. You can charge a ton of money for websites. You could charge a ton of money for marketing, and you can charge a lot. Like you can literally charge clients $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 a month. It depends on what their business, how big it is, and how big their goals are. But if you have those testimonials and results, that's going to speak volumes to your client, and they're going to really want to go forward with you. Okay. So keep that in mind. Now with fitness and weight loss, again, you're going to want to probably start off with doing like hourly, like sell your time at first, but you're going to want to start selling your time for like $100 an hour. People will pay that right off the rip. I promise you. I do it all the time, or I did it all the time. I charge way more than that now. Okay. So you start that way so you can learn what the pain points are for your clients. When you learn what the pain points are, then you can easily market to that next thing. And that's why I'm saying niche down, right? So if we're talking about fitness and weight loss, when you have 5 people that you have results for, right? You point them to your Instagram, your website. Your Instagram will probably be fine because you can just post like before and after pictures of clients that you have, and you can say, this is what my client used to look like, and that's what they look like now. You can just have side by sides. You don't even need a website for something like that. But for marketing, you definitely want a website. You definitely want to you want to have like a little section that shows like portfolio, right? If you do that, you're going to be well on your way. And like by this time next year, you can have probably 2 or 3, maybe even 5 clients at $2,000 a month. And you can start off small. You can start off at $500 a month. But remember, you want to be able to provide these results. So sometimes you need to buy backlinks. Sometimes you need to buy graphics or certain things like that where the client is paying you for that. So what I would usually say is your first 2 clients, 3 clients, you want to say, look, I'll do the marketing for free. I won't take a dime, but certain things are going to cost money. So backlinks might cost $2,000 a month, right? They'll say, okay. And then you show them the receipt, right? You just say, okay, I just need your credit card number, and they will give that to you. Yes. See what I mean? Like, I know all these things you're thinking, right? Yes, they'll give you the credit card number. Yes, they will be. They're very open to that kind of thing. If you seem professional, okay? They won't just give that to, like, when you show up and talk to these people, look good. Like, see what I mean? Like, there's so much, there's a lot of things you have to change about the way you're thinking. Because I've literally had students that I've worked with before, and they'll show up to meet a potential client in like a t-shirt and jeans. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Right? Get a suit. Like, this is big boy shit, guys. Get a suit. Okay? I don't need to show up in a suit because I'm so confident in what I sell and what I do. I can say, look, these are the results I can give you because look at all these clients I've done it for. And they'll say, okay. They don't care. They care about the result. But when you don't have any of that and they're just judging you based off of like, you know, what you look like and how your demeanor is and all that, you got to look good, guys. You got to like really put effort into it. Okay. So you can become financially free in a year, I would say, even 6 months if you really want to like work your ass off and do it every single day. But I understand the reality of having a 9-to-5 job, kids, maybe parents that you have to take care of, all these external factors. So maybe you only have about an hour or 2 a day. So start with that, right? So the first thing you want to do if you're doing the fitness weight loss thing is, again, go and help somebody for free. Reach out to somebody, be like, hey, I'm trying to grow my fitness weight loss business. I want to get results, so let me help you with this and work for free. Okay? And you just text them. You can add them on Instagram and just DM them through there and help them through Instagram. Or if it's SEO or marketing, you can say, I'll do all this for free. And then you just get them the testimonials when you actually provide the results. See, business owners aren't going to care as much when you're doing it for free, because if you do fail, you're learning on the way, right? You're learning. And let me compare this to one more thing before I end this video. Think about how long you go to school for. You go to school for usually like 2 to 4 years, right? Learning a skill so that you can get a job at the end of it. I'm telling you that if you do your first year, you can literally get almost, I would say, if you really work hard and you understand it, and if you have a mentor, if you have somebody that you can go to, and that's another hack, is find somebody that's ahead of you, right? If you want access to me, you can reach out to me. You can do coaching with me and stuff like that. But I just want you practicing. And in a year, you can literally get 10K a month. Okay. I'm saying in a year, if you work hard. Sometimes it might take 2 years to develop that. Okay. But if you go to school for 2 to 4 years, you're making no money. Actually, you're paying, right, to get that skill to potentially get a job. Okay. There's nothing guaranteed when you finish school, unless you're in like one of those kinds of like really high demand programs. You know what I mean? Like sometimes doctors will go straight to residency and start making money. Then they become a doctor or whatever. But I would say 90% of the programs out there aren't going to guarantee you a job. So in this sense, you're literally going to make money way faster while gaining skills. And here's the cool thing. In 5 years, 7 years, again, this is all long-term thinking, you're going to be unrecognizable because you're going to gain like 5 new skills and you're going to get better and better at them as you go on. Copywriting is a skill. Marketing is a skill. Sales is a skill. Talking to people, you know what I mean? And you can get so good at that, you're going to be unbeatable and unstoppable. So what I do now is every year I try and pick a new skill to get good at. Because I know that I'll never ever work a 9-to-5 again. So that's my way of like insurance because I do believe in myself so much that there is nothing that can stop me if I wanted to, you know, because I can get into copywriting. I can get into video creation, right? I can get into anything. Right now, because I'm making these videos, I'm good at making videos. I know how to make videos that attract people, and you guys will see more of this on this particular thing. But I do have a whole other channel that has 180,000 followers. It's I can literally go get a job as a user-generated content creator on like Indeed. You know what I mean? And it might take a little while because sometimes like employers on Indeed, like they can take a while. But again, how valuable is your skill, right? The more skills you have, the more money you'll make, the more insurance you'll have for the future. That's how I look at it. So right now, a new thing I'm doing is options trading, right? Something and selling options. I don't buy options, I sell them. That's a new thing I'm going to be doing and documenting as well. So you guys can always see, because I'm transparent. I'm an open book. You guys will see what I'm doing. I'll post everything. I don't care, right? So I understand that this wasn't the most concise video, but I want you guys to really know that it's possible. It just has to take such a mindset shift for you to get there. And I gave you 2 examples of how you can do it. Go and find people that are ahead of you that are doing it and look at how they're doing it and literally be granular about what are their video titles? How are they structuring their videos? What are they doing? Because like, are they on YouTube? Are they on TikTok? Are they on Instagram? Like, what are they doing? Make notes and follow them. Mirror exactly what they're doing. Remember, you are the difference when people hear you speak versus me speak. There's going to be a different energy that comes through. And the more confident you are, the more that person on the other end is going to resonate with you because they're like, okay, I trust this person. They're going to feel it from you. It's more of an energy than it is what you say, right? If somebody looks nervous, you know, the person on the other end is going to feel nervous about your skills. They're gonna be like, oh, like this guy has no practice. That's why if you work for free, you'll get the practice, which will get you the confidence, which will get you the sale every time. Okay. And I didn't particularly do it that way, but that's how I would do it if I had to start over. I would get that skill and then I would work for free for minimum 6 months. And then I would absolutely crush and I would document it and I would post it on YouTube so that you can point new business owners to your YouTube because they'll go and watch it. And then you just literally go around your city to that particular niche and you say, hey, I want to help you grow. This is my YouTube. And look, I want you to see what I've done for other dentists. I noticed that you're not on page 1. I'll get you to page 1. Okay. I want you to practice doing that, guys. And if it's a fat loss or weight loss, right? Go and help people for free. Lose weight. Maybe you maybe you can go get a job at a gym or literally just like you can reach out to people who follow like other weight loss influencers and shit like that. And you can help them and just literally, or post content about it, right? Go and find people posting content and just say, look guys, reach out to me on Instagram. I will help you for free for the first 5 people. And then you just pick 5 people to help and then actually get them results, which is again, that's the long part because you got to wait for them to actually get results. And you'll notice as a coach, the frustrating part of being a coach / consultant, take it from me, is people don't tend to stick to their goals, right? That's the frustrating part. But if it's something you love, then you should deal with it. Okay. So if you guys need help, let me know. I will have links in the description box for you to be able to reach out to me or talk to me. And I will try and help as much as possible. You can comment down below if you see this. The first like 100 videos on this channel are not going to get seen by many people. I know that, but I'll have a whole series on like fundamentals, and this will go deeper into this, and I'll show as many examples as I can in future videos. But remember to stay in the series because it'll be, you know, again, the mindset is the most important part because once you understand the mindset, the execution is easy. So you can look at it like that. So if you guys need help, let me know.